Hey, yo, what's up, YouTube, man? It's your boy, Action Jackson. And in today's video, I'm going to be discussing Friday's training camp, all the highlights I went through with that and everything like that, man. So let's hop into the video. And before we hop into the video, I appreciate if you guys would like the video, subscribe if you're new, comment on the video of your thoughts, and share it to anyone that you think would want to watch my watch out the content that I'm putting out. And yeah, man, let's hop into the video, man. Let's go. What Kyle U-Man's put for practice state of the Cowboys camp. The D-line was looking great. Steele and Josh Ball, they had rough practices. Yeah, if you look at a lot of videos, Terrence Steele has been getting beat a lot by some of the best players on the team, like DeMarcus Lawrence and Micah Parsons. Of course, you don't get beat by those guys, but some of the other guys that you get beat by, like Sam Williams, Dante Fowler, players like that. So Noah Brown and Dennis Houston shined at receiver. So I have a lot of receivers. Dennis Houston has been a camp favorite this go around. He's been getting a lot more buzz than TJ Vasher has. TJ Vasher has been doing really well in camp as well. But you've been hearing that name a lot with Dennis Houston. He might be able to make the team. I don't know, but a lot of these camp heroes like TJ Vasher, Dennis Houston, Simi Fehoko, a lot of their tryouts and see if they even make the active roster, which they already have an edge on that because they're looking great in camp, and especially since the wide receiver position is a tad bit. It doesn't look that great right now since there's a lot of injuries going on with that, with the position. So as long as they ball out in training camp and they maintain that in games, they'll be able to, of course, make the roster. And hopefully they can go out there in the regular season and make contributions. LVE continues to trend in the right direction. He's just constantly making plays. He's right there. He's chasing the ball, carry, everything like that. So Leighton Vander Esch is still looking pretty good. Still, he's on that 1-year deal that we signed him in the offseason. So obviously he's having a tryout, obviously, for us to see if we can sign him to a long-term deal. And obviously, he still wants to play great because who knows if we get a Damone Clark next year that balls out and he's ready to play. Maybe if he's able to play this year, because there was a quote that came out from our special teams coach, Bones Fossil, that Damone Clark pulled him to the side the other day and said, what can I do on special teams, to at least contribute to the team. So if Damone Clark's able to play, somewhat towards the end of the season, and he's ready for next year in camp to potentially start seeking roles as a starting linebacker alongside with Jabril Cox, we won't need a Leighton Vander Esch, and Leighton Vander Esch will probably end up signing with another team. And also there was a lot of motions on Friday's practice. Kellen Moore was getting the playmakers involved. 88, CeeDee Lamb, 21 with Zeke, and 20 in team drills, 20 Pollard. The kickers, which I'm going to have a separate video discussing in a little bit, that our kickers are just horrible. I saw a quote from Voss Lombardi that, Liram, Hallelujah, or, that came from the Panthers, their kicker, he misses kicks, but he said that Garibay just misses the heck out of him. Like, he just goes wide left or wide right, over the top right of the goal post. So kicker is definitely an issue, and as we all know, special teams matters, because you guys knew from last year that Greg Zuerlein costed us 2 games off the top of our head. Week 1 against Tampa, he costed us another game against the Raiders, and those are games that if you make all your field goals and your extra points, or in that Tampa game, if you just make your extra points and make 1 field goal, you win that game. Raiders, same thing. You make some of your extra points. The Cowboys doesn't have to feel so they don't have to feel so tight when they have to hurry up and score possessions, because now they have to start going for 2 instead of if you were making your extra points, which are only 33 yards. You make those kicks, you just make your extra points. Cowboys don't have to go for 2 in a lot of those situations in that game. So right now I'm about to go over some of the highlights of Friday's practices to back up what Kyle U-Mans was saying. So man, let's hop into the video, man. Let's go. So right here, this is pass to Noah Brown on the sideline. That's to Dennis Houston. This Dak Prescott involving Tony, that was Ezekiel Elliott. And another thing I noticed in camp is that Dak Prescott is using his legs a lot. And that's what I always loved about Dak Prescott ever since we drafted him. And that's what I loved about him over Romo, was that Romo wasn't really that elusive in the pocket. I mean, he was elusive. Of course, he was elusive in the pocket, but outside of the pocket, when he needed to make a play, Tony Romo can barely even get out. He would have to throw the ball or run for like 2 yards and slide. Dak Prescott, I love when he's able to run the ball. His ability that would be able to make this offense take another leap, in my opinion, if Dak Prescott was using his legs more. As you can tell in this clip right here, he ran for a touchdown. Previous play before that, he had a nice throw to Jalen Tolbert. This right here in a mojo moment. J-Ron Curse pick six to Dak Prescott. So, I mean, we're looking so good. We're looking good so far in camp. Next weekend, Saturday, I believe, we have a preseason game against the Denver Broncos on Saturday. Should be a really good game. Obviously, we're going to start having joint practices this week. So this week in training camp, I'm recording this video, my bad, on a Sunday. But our joint practices should be really great because we're going up against the Broncos this week in preseason. So we're going to be having joint practices against them. So you're going to see the Cowboys in full padded practices this week. You're going to see the involvement of Anthony Barr in pads. Learning under Dan Quinn and everything like that. So that's going to be really exciting to see. Like I said, going back to what the joint practices, you're going to see what this team's made of going up against the Denver Broncos. Denver Broncos are one of those teams that people have them highly regarded, especially since they got and acquired a Russell Wilson. And, that team just looks good overall, top to bottom on that roster. So that's going to be a really test for the Cowboys. Even though they don't play them in the regular season, the Cowboys, they always have these little mini test battles that, because a lot of fans like me, we test the Cowboys. If you're able to stand your own against some of the top contenders in the league, I think that you're going to have a really good season. So we're going to see that with the Broncos this week. You're going to see everyone practice. You're going to see how good the receivers may or may not be. You're going to see how great you're going to see what the offensive line looks like. You're going to see how good the defense can hold up against some of these offenses with a veteran quarterback like Russell Wilson. And then I believe the week after the Broncos, so not this week, but the following week, we're going to have joint practices against the LA Chargers. So it's going to be really fun content coming up this weekend, these next 2 weeks, because, you're going to get a lot of joint practices with a bunch of different teams. So it's going to be really fun to see how the Cowboys fare up against some of these other teams, man. So, this is it for the end of the video. I'm going to have another video pretty quickly talking about the kicker situation and how the Cowboys can possibly fix that before the start of the season. So, yeah, man, thank you guys for watching the video. Hope you guys have a nice day. See you later. Bye.